Hi there, I thought I would give you a quick demonstration of how to find decent communities to join, because a lot of people, when they join communities, they go for big ones, and that's not always the best solution. This is just completely off the cuff, so excuse any blurbs or uh, clumsiness. Here I'll go for, let's think about what type of communities to join. I'll search for London for a start. If you're looking for communities, you want to refine your search via communities. So then you'll just be presented with communities which relate to London. Okay, the first thing you want to do is, what you'll be tempted to do is join by member size. This isn't always, or often this isn't the best thing to do. I'll show you that here by opening this one, which presented itself fairly high up in the list. You'll see that it has some spam in it. So this is not, well, it says it's related to London, but it's essentially someone trying to pitch for loans and things. Actually, most of it is not bad. It has obviously had some moderation, even though there is some spam in it. So anyway, this is the type of thing that you should do when you go look at all communities. Is firstly, look to see who's running it. So if you click members and then click moderators, you'll see who owns it and who's moderating it. And what I suggest is that you take a look at the profiles of the people who own and moderate the community you're thinking about joining. For example, here you'll see that the last post by the page that owns the community is 12 weeks ago. Prior to that, it's 27 weeks and 17 weeks. There's a pinned post here. So, and also what they do, yeah, what their search engine optimization thingy. So, their primary purpose for owning the London community is probably, or this London community is probably not really related to London. It's more related to their business, i.e., trying to get other people to sign up to their services. So here's the other owner, for example. Again, this post was 18 weeks ago, this post was 19 weeks ago. The other thing that you can do, I should go back, is when you look at the moderators, the people who own and moderate the community. If you click on this three-dot menu here, you can view their activity within the community. So, okay, sorry, I'm signed out here. So, if you're signed in, you'll be able to do that, and then you can see when the last or how regularly they've posted within the community. Obviously, the more active they are in the community, then the more satisfying it's likely to be being a member of that community. So here, what I'll do is instead I'll do a search for them within the community. So 22nd of June 2016, so it's over a year ago. So I would suggest that the owner of this community isn't particularly invested in the community. So let's try and find some others. So having said, yeah, so what I'm saying is basically, although it appears to have a lot of members, many of those active members will be spammers, because the people who manage and operate the community aren't particularly active within it, if you get that. So let's try and find another London community. Well, what I'll do is I'll go to this one. Now this you might think this is me selling my thingy. because this is actually a community I run. So, but let's just demonstrate again what this is. This is about, again, a community about London. So if you look at who the moderators and owners are, there is me and there is Happening London. So Happening London is the owner and I'm the moderator. And if you click on Happening London's thing, you'll see that they're reasonably active. There have been several posts from today. So they are quite active, and you should be able to see. Again, I can't look at. I can't use the feature that you can actually activate if you're when you're logged in. I can just look to see here that there are posts that are quite recent within the community by the owner of the community. Plus, the community is owned by a page that is also about London. That's also sharing things about London. So I'd suggest that logically that's a more possibly a more interesting community to join than one that is poorly moderated or not well managed. Let's try another topic. Let's try, I don't know, something that I'm not at all associated with. Knitting. I don't know anything about knitting, and I don't run any communities about knitting. So let's have a look at these. Again, don't be swayed by numbers. Hopefully, this will be quite a opened it in a different window, a well-managed community, and you'll see the difference. I would suggest that this, from first appearances, it looks to be quite a reasonably well-managed community, i.e. most of the posts are about knitting and the community topic is about knitting. So let's have a look and see who owns it. So there you go, it's owned by this one person and a page which is probably owned by the same owner. But they've also got a couple of people helping them because it's got 38,000 people in it, so it's quite an active community, quite a large community. This person has a decent amount of followers and is also when was this? That's a pinned post, so that might be later. Yeah, they're not massively active as far as public is concerned. Maybe they're just more active within the community. And again, if you were logged in, you'd be able to click on these links and see their specific activity within the community. That would only be the posts, not the comments and things like that. So that's not a bad one, actually. Let's try. Where was I? Go back to some other ones. No, look. Yeah, maybe crochet is a better moderated topic. Let's try a different topic. Let's try Ford. Again, that's something I'm related to, and I do run. I have run communities. I do run communities which are related to Ford. So actually, this is one I run. This is has a membership of 83,000 people. You can see here that the posts are all about Ford, and it's actually more specifically the topic of the community is the Ford photo community. So you'll see that these are all photos that are being shared that are related to Ford. You should always look at the community about section, which you have to scroll through here. Maybe hidden if you've joined it. and make sure that you're willing to stick to any guidelines or conduct that is specified by the community owners and moderators in the About section, because if you don't, you won't be welcome in the community. So let's have a look at another one. So look at this one, for example. I mean, this you might consider to be a great one to join, because it says Ford Motor Company. It's got the Ford oval there at the top. But there you go. There's some warning signs. There's what would be considered spam by most normal people in it, and things that aren't related to Ford in it straight away. So if you look at who moderates or who owns this, this is owned by someone who appears to have no association with Ford Motor Company and hasn't posted anything public for quite some time. So that would be one to rather avoid. Anyway, I just wanted to do this quickly. I hope that's given you some things to do when looking for communities to join. Essentially, what you should do is search, refine, and don't join too many. Choose on quality rather than quantity, i.e. rather than user numbers. Try and find a community that is better aligned with what you want to, with what you're interested in. So if you're a Ford fan who's got some photos to share, the Ford photo community would be a great place to join. If you run a website which is Ford related and you want to share links in here, then that would be a terrible place to join, because it's just for photos, because it's a photo community. Does that make sense? I hope that's helpful. I will, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the comments. Other than that, I shall see you next time. Take care.